Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna compare the Razer Viper Mini with the standard Razer Viper, and I also have the MM710 and this Redgear Z2, which is sort of a Zowie FK2 like shape. So we're gonna compare these together. And first of all, so the Viper Mini costs quite less than the Viper, and we're gonna talk like what's better about the Mini, why you should maybe get the Mini instead. So first of all, the Viper has, for the extra price, better sensor, 16K DPI, better side grips, and also it has the side buttons. So total number, it has 4 buttons, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and it has the DPI button on the bottom, so that's a bad thing about it. It's not on top. It also has a much clickier scroll, like it feels more tactile. You can feel the bumps better compared to the Viper Mini, where you have a much smoother scroll wheel. And then on the Viper Mini you have a bit better clicks on the switches compared to the Viper, where the clicks aren't that nice. Then also another thing about the Viper is that when the RGB turns off, you cannot see the logo. So if you don't like RGB, this is really good. But if you like RGB, the Mini has the extra LED strip. I mean, not an extra strip, but just another area of lighting, because I think there's only few LEDs there. Also, the Viper Mini has PTFE feeds, pure PTFE feeds here. And the Viper doesn't have PTFE feeds, but the Viper 8K will have it, so you can consider the Viper to also have PTFE feeds in the future, because the Viper 8K will replace the Razer Viper. So overall, Viper Mini is pretty much the best mice. If you want to get one for claw grip, it's really one of the best in the price range. It's easily very good. The cable might be not as good as the Viper cable, because Viper has a better speed flex cable than the Viper Mini's cable, which is a bit stiff. But it's totally okay, because the smaller shape is better, I would say. It also doesn't have a huge hump like the MM710, and also the thickness, like the width of the mouse, is smaller. So the Viper Mini is great for claw grip, and you have really good claw grip. On the Viper, you can use it for claw grip as well. It works just fine. Also on palm, claw, and fingertip. Also the MM710, where you can use it in a claw grip, but then the humps sometimes get in the way. So yeah, the Viper Mini is better here. And then there's this shape. Now this one's great for claw and palm grip. Also it supports your hands pretty well, so it feels pretty comfortable. So overall, I would say the Viper has better side grips, more buttons. The finish on the Viper is smoother, and the Mini has a bit of a rougher finish for better grip, I think. Even though it doesn't have the side grips, it still has a much rougher finish overall, with much smoother finish. The scroll wheel on the Viper is more tactile. The buttons aren't as tactile. Also, the Viper Mini's clicks are quite better than the Viper, I would say. That's an advantage. If you are getting a Viper now, you will probably get the Viper 8K, which has PTFE feeds as well. So yeah, that's something to consider. But Viper Mini has better feeds than the regular Viper, and the cable is better on the Viper, and that's about it. These are the small differences, and I would overall say that the better sensor doesn't matter that much because I didn't notice any LOD issues on this Viper Mini. Also, better cable does matters quite a lot, but it's still okay. And everything else is just not that important to me. The side buttons are good to have, but yeah, I mean, overall I would say the Viper Mini is better choice if you really need a much smoother feeling mouse because it's lighter and it's smaller for claw grip. But if you don't prefer claw grip, if you like palm grip or sort of fingertip, this is gonna be good. And there's this too. So if you like the Viper Mini, if you think you need a good mouse for claw grip, but Viper Mini feels too small to you, this one is good. It's kind of big, even though it's small, because it has a really huge hump, and the mouse is a little bit wide. So yeah, this one is larger than the Viper Mini. And then this shape, this is as small as the Viper Mini, really small. The thickness here, the width is same as the Viper Mini. Both are like around 5 centimeters, and the only difference will be that this has a longer hump, so it supports your hand better. So if you just only want claw grip, then Viper Mini, and if you want to use a little bit more relaxed grip, so something like a palm or fingertip, then you go for this shape, this FK2 like shape. And that's about it, I think. Hope this video helps you, and see you guys.